I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Very troubling information coming out of Russia on social media. Informnapalm.org has already published an article just a couple of hours ago about this. I picked it up in the Russian language, but it did give me the option to do a Google Translate for you. Of course, those of you that know Yana, she also speaks Russian fluently with Israeli News Live. But anyway, the starters, it says here, what they're saying is the Iskander, or the Iskander as some people call it, Iskander M, and also the S-300 missile defense shield. The other one, a ballistic missile that can be launched, has been moved not too far, or at least within striking distance of Ukraine. You have heard us right. The place is called Volgograd, and I'll give you a little quick glimpse of where Volgograd is here on the map here. This is Volgograd, Russia. Moscow is back up in this area here. We'll make sure, I don't know where that big noise come from. We'll make sure it's just not coming off the computer here. But anyway, this is Ukraine. This is Donetsk region right here. That is a very short distance there where this missile system has been seen. The Iskander, or the Iskander is called, actually in the Russian language, Iskander is what it's called, is actually capable of carrying nuclear warheads. Now, I just want to quickly, let's go back to the actual article again here. They show in here a video footage that was shared on social media today of this actual system being deployed there near Ukraine, not too far, or within striking distance of Ukraine there. Now they're going to show where this is at going through this YouTube video here. We'll kind of blow this image up as it plays. And that's their mouse going on the screen there. But then they're showing you who's actually posted it, where it was posted at there on Instagram. This is the original location from a local there. This is the Iskander right here, M. That is got the capability, if they arm it with a nuclear warhead, to be armed with a nuclear warhead. There are 3 of these units here in this particular video, followed by 4 S-300 anti-missile defense shields that Russia has developed there. They are in this town here called Volgograd, and Volgograd, as I said and showed you on the map there, is an easy target towards Ukraine. Now, where are they actually being moved to, and why is the defense system being put in there? If, you know, is Russia doing this as a defensive mode or an offensive mode? I can't tell you the answer to that question there, but it's very concerning to see this happening. And at the same time, I might mention as well, let me just kind of pull off, I've got to find my own mouse in the midst of all this mouse moving around here on the page here, is that, just real quick, we got to keep in mind too that there's a lot of issues going on right now with Russia and the United States concerning Ukraine. This particular article comes out on the Russian Insider, and it's speaking about here, Joe Biden boasts about his role in regime changing Ukraine, making it a U.S. client state. Now, the article goes into very interesting some details from Joe Biden, former Vice President of the United States, his memoirs that were released there, that talks about how that he gave the warning to Petro Poroshenko there that he had 6 hours to fire the prosecutor that they were using, and they did exactly what he said. The man in the picture here was the former Prime Minister of Ukraine after the toppling of the former President Yanukovych there. Another thing that's talked about in this article here is that Vice President Joe Biden had actually once, he had a phone conversation with former President Yanukovych and said to him that his snipers can stop killing the innocent civilians unless he just wants to be remembered badly in history for doing that way. Now, those of you that watch Israeli News Live knew that we were firsthand reporting on this incident back in 2014, the Maidan coup, and our own insiders there from Ukraine itself were telling us about those innocent civilians that were being murdered, that they were being paid to go unarmed at the risk of life. And because the economic situation was so bad in Ukraine, that they were risking their lives because they were being paid. And we we were being told at that time that it's being paid by the Catholic Church to protest Yanukovych. And if they didn't protest, they didn't get paid, whether they meant losing their life or not. Because we were showing the videos of all the civilians being killed. At the time, there was a lot of debate. Were they Russian snipers? Were they Yanukovych snipers? Who were they? But very troubling situation. Now, the U.S. has recently also said that they were going to arm with lethal weapons that of the Ukrainian government to fight the breakaway regions over in the Far East there, which is Donetsk and Luhansk region, and that they were going to give them lethal weapons as well as giving them a quite sizable, in the millions of dollars, weapons there to help fight and take back Donetsk and Luhansk region, even possibly Crimea. We know that Russia has been practicing, as we reported recently, with the S-400 anti-missile system down in Crimea recently, and now this latest movement of these weapons here, the Iskander included, or the Iskander, which very troubling situation coming out of Russia, and as well as making you wonder, what is Russia seeing, or is Russia preparing an offensive? I'm Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live. Shalom.